Sports live here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and Inspire FM 105.1 FM. Assalamu alaikum to all of our listeners, and assalamu alaikum to Sadat Akram and Arif Aziz. Assalamu alaikum, boys.
Walaikum salam.
What's going on?
Yeah, good. Just had a very, very tiring day. I don't know why.
Yeah, you tired?
What have you done?
Yeah, I don't
You're
know.
tired.
I just went to the gym for about half an hour, but that's not the reason why. I think it wasn't even a late night.
You're getting old.
Yeah, I was just you to the words out of my mouth.
I think you got a point. That is,
That could be what it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm shattered as well, and the sun's been shining, hasn't it,
Yeah.
this week? This weekend, briefly in patches.
It's starting to rain a bit as I was walking in.
Yeah, we had under sevens over in Power League yesterday morning, and I was in the sun for a little while there. Then we were in Yaxley in the afternoon for the first team, and very nice, hot, sunny day.
Tell you what,
that's quite draining.
Yeah,
that's quite draining.
Yeah. But do you know what? I prefer playing in sort of not hot conditions,
Overcast.
yeah, nice conditions where
And we've had a long winter as well.
Yeah,
We've not
we
seen
have.
sunshine since October, have we? So,
To be honest, I would just prefer playing.
so are we Facebook Live, by the way?
Yes. We Facebook Live.
I can't see it. I've not had a notification. Oh, I've got a notification.
There you go.
Perfect. Should I share it on mine?
Well, I thought Arif was going to share it and tag us.
Arif doesn't work. He doesn't do stuff like that. Sadat, can you tell us what we're going to be covering in the show today?
Well, I'll be honest, I was struggling this week. There's a Formula One, the Chinese Grand Prix.
yeah.
That was exciting, I've been told. Sensational victory. And there's the Commonwealth Games that's finished, and England's netball victories stunned the Australians. I thought I'll just cover that,
Commonwealth
you know what I mean?
Games, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is about Commonwealth Games. I've never really.
I've not
Followed
followed
it.
it.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Yeah,
honest, I was struggling to get anything out, so I saw the Commonwealth Games. I was like, what's going
Well,
on?
yeah,
Then this was the headline of that.
It's like the Olympics, but not all the top athletes are in.
Oh.
And nobody really tunes into it, do they?
It's not got a massive
Yeah.
following. I don't know. But it's like the Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the old Commonwealth, the old is it the old Empire?
It is
the old
the
British
old
Empire.
empire,
So all
yeah.
the countries are part of the British Empire, and they compete and stuff. But okay, so England have won gold in the net, but the ladies' netball.
Yeah, they stunned the favourites Australia. So that's the greatest result in their history. And the first Commonwealth Games gold medal.
Congratulations. Even Pakistan got a gold, didn't they?
Have they?
What did Pakistan get gold
Yeah,
in?
they got a
Don't
gold.
say hockey. Don't say hockey.
No, not hockey.
Badminton.
No, they got a
Squash.
They got a goal in an individual event. I think it was
Iki Dunda.
heavy
Powerlifting.
Oh, I was going with Vicky Dunda then. Well, go on then.
Iti Dunda.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. and I'm glad you mentioned it because we're going to have the Iti Dunda tournament coming over the summer.
Oh,
So please do get your teams entered.
Can you just explain me what
It is
Iti
a
Dunda is?
Are you serious? You don't know
No.
what Iti Dunda is?
I don't know.
I think let's just leave it
I'm
out
too
there.
young for that.
I think let's leave it out
I think
there.
that's a. We're talking about snippets. That's a bit. I don't know what Iki Dunda is. That's
I don't know
got to be
what
from there.
If any of our listeners know what Iti Dunda is, please text in and educate our followers.
How do you pronounce it? Iti or Iki?
I say Iti Dunda.
I thought it was Iki.
Icky, is it like a stick and you?
Well, that's the Dunda bit.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah, that's the
and what, a
Dunda.
stone or something? Yeah.
No.
No.
Bito.
Pito. We used to play.
Bito is head.
Well, what's wrong with your pronunciations, bro?
No, it's you're from a different part of the Pakistan.
No, but-
I remember
Bito.
Pito. Lakpanna.
Lakpanoa, back-breaking.
Yeah.
Let's go to some more conventional
Wrestling,
sports.
Showkat says.
Shokat says
Pakistan got wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
Yeah.
So it wasn't powerlifting.
Well, he lifted him up. As he
Cheers, Shaq, for that. Really nice of you.
And Pakistan have announced their squad that coming over here for 2 test matches with England.
You don't like 2 test matches,
No,
do
I
you?
hate it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But they're
You
going to
want a
play.
result, don't
They're
you?
playing Ireland and I think Scotland as well for
Yeah.
1 days. And
Just
I
for
think,
jokes.
Yeah, I think that they might have 1 test match with Ireland as well. I'm not sure. I
And
think
do you know what
that'll
their
be
team
first
is?
Test match. Yeah, I mean the big news is Inzamam
Inzamam al-Haq's son.
nephew.
nephew.
Yeah, he's
Imam
in it.
al-Haq.
Yeah, so he's got caught in. Mohammed Al-Mir is coming back again, but he's already been back since that thing. But that'll be
Okay.
interesting. But it'll be interesting because we'll have no experience, shall we say, players like Mohammed Yusuf. Obviously, he retired a while ago. What am I talking about? It's Misbah al-Haq now. Yeah, gone.
And what
so
about Malik?
Yunus.
Is he gone as well, or is he still in there?
Malik's not in the squad, I don't think. Let me see. Safraz Ahmed, who'll be captain
Okay.
and wicketkeeper. Azhar Ali, Imam ul Haq, Sami Aslam, Haris Sohail, Babar Azam, Fakhar Zaman. We all know about Fakhar Zaman.
Yeah, especially when Jeffrey Boycott pronounces it.
Yeah. Yeah, Saeed Ali, Asad Shafiq. Yeah, no. Yeah, Muhammad Amir's there, but no.
And what about
what's his name?
the other, is it...
Rahat Ali, I thought he did sing songs, but he's obviously...
There's a...
Rahat Ali
Oh,
Khan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hassan Ali.
Ali Khan says it.
Hassan Ali's playing, isn't he?
Hassan Ali's
Shaukat
playing.
said
I like
Mohammed Inam.
Yeah, that must be Imam ul Haq, innit? Muhammad Imam ul Haq.
Oh, it's Mohammed Imam ul Haq. Okay. Yeah.
I assume is what he's going on about.
Typo.
Yeah, Shaukat's just, look, he just wants to be part of the show. Just let's not read
Good.
his comments.
Let's encourage that.
No, let's not.
I want all of our viewers and listeners to be part of the show. We've got 6 viewers, so can all of our
Come
6
on.
viewers just
Say
give us a
hi,
hi?
give us a wave.
Just give us a wave.
Give us a wave.
Go on, viewers, give us a wave on Facebook Live.
I say Salaam, you say sports. Salaam Sports.
I wouldn't have left you hanging. Okay, so the cricket squad, the football. So we've got Premier League action,
You had Champions League.
Champions League in the midweek, and Europa League as well.
Yep.
And
And some
it was
great fight backs.
Exactly.
That's what it was, I think, this week of fight backs.
Yeah.
And a bit of luck. And some referees' decisions, dodgy decisions.
Yes.
I think we should discuss that as well, because I think I really like...
Dodgy decisions that go in your way.
Buffon. And
Buffon's comments, that were a bit controversial. And now, I forgot the...
And
what was the referee's...
the referee was English, wasn't he?
Yeah, what was his name? I can't remember who it was now. It was the younger referee. And his wife's been getting threatening text and stuff on social media.
The media hasn't done, talked much about the refereeing decision, which I thought. What are your opinions on that?
Well, I read somewhere none of the English Premier referees are going to the World Cup.
Oh, Michael Oliver did the thing.
It's Oliver, that was it. Yeah, but none of the English Premier League.
Apparently not. Yeah, we're
for the World
vetoing
Cup.
because we're worried about Novichok.
Oh, we vetoed.
No, we've not vetoed. They've just not selected. We've got a comment in from Saqib Hussain who says, "Why does Sadat not like Test matches?"
No, Saqib, listen. See this. I beg him to listen to the show. And
The thing is, you don't.
I don't like 2 Test match series. It has to be a 5 Test match series. You know.
So the issue you have is
the
with
number.
the 2 Test matches.
Yes. Yeah.
So why have a Test series where it's only 2 Test matches? Chances are somebody's going to win 1-0 and the other one's going to be rain delayed and off. Or it's going to be 1-1. Or it's just.
And it's not really favourable to the visiting team because they get used to conditions.
I think they're doing that for just money purposes now.
Yes.
It can't be, because the Holy Grail is a Test match, isn't it?
Yeah, but
well, you've got things like.
And it's Pakistan with
you've
respect.
got the Big Bang Australian 2020. You've got the PSL. You've got the
IPL, which is currently going on as well.
You've got the 2020 in the UK as well. So these leagues, they generate a lot of money, a lot of interest, and a lot of players want to play there. So international teams, they still want to fulfill international schedules, and they still want to tour, and they still want to keep the Test matches alive. But I don't know if you saw the crowds in England, New Zealand. There was hardly anyone there. There was people lying around on the hills around the edges of the boundary, just enjoying the sun, soaking the sun, and watching a bit of cricket.
Yeah.
But the T20s, it's like a cauldron atmosphere, and there's 30,000 people.
Yeah, because it's over quickly, isn't it? So
short,
people,
it's a
especially
game,
with evening games, it's a short game. You come back
Which
from
is
work,
why
you
I'd
thought,
argue,
you know what, we'll go for
back in the day, we used to have almost every Test series was a 5 Test series.
Yeah.
And it used to be packed.
And it used
isn't
to
it?
be
And it used to be packed, yeah. But now it's like 2 Test series, 3 Test series. You do get a lot of that. Sometimes they even chuck in a 1 Test in a tour, don't they?
Yeah. I do think though Pakistan don't get as much Test series in England as others. Like India will have a 5, and so Pakistan bring in the numbers.
And why is that then?
We've had a wave.
Oh, we've had a wave.
Yes, Smira Sit, he's given us a wave.
Waving back.
Waving back. Thank you, Smira. Shaukat's happy to comment, but he doesn't want to send us a wave. So that's just bad form. And I can't tell who else is watching. Hassan Akhtar is watching. Hassan, give us a wave.
And just to correct,
and Arslan Ali, give us a wave, mate.
Just to correct earlier, the wrestler's name was Muhammad Imam. We weren't talking about the cricket where it was Muhammad Imam ul Haq. The wrestler's name was.
So Arif, what are you doing here?
Yeah, Arif.
Seriously, he's just making you look bad.
Jack, are you available next week?
Well, I saw a Facebook snippet, didn't I? And it was a snippet.
Look, if you don't know, just stay quiet about it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, so schedule for the day is we're going to while away a bit of time until we get to the second half. And get most of that, is what we're doing. Let's talk about the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yes.
Arif,
what happened there
on with the Chinese Grand Prix?
Well, the Chinese Grand Prix was a Grand Prix like no other for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we? Right now, you carry on.
Red Bull. Does that?
No, I think
Do you know who won it?
This year, I think it's going to be tough for Hamilton. Extremely tough.
No.
It's 3 races in now. He hasn't won.
3? I thought it was 2.
No, 3 races.
Australia, China.
Australia,
Dubai,
they had the...
Malaysia.
Malaysian was the last one. And he's not doing it, but he's still there second.
Yeah.
He's 9 points behind, I believe.
Yeah, he's 9 points
So who
behind.
won the Chinese?
Yeah, come on,
is
Aaron,
it
ask the question.
Westpatten.
Westpatten, I think.
No.
I can't pronounce that
No,
name.
it's Daniel Ricciardo.
Is it Ricardo? Oh yeah, Vespasian
you're
gave his
both
space. Yeah.
No, I just don't pronounce it. I don't follow it. Yeah.
No, Daniel Ricciardo. I think you're right. He won it. I was listening to just a little bit of it. I mean, it was on pretty
Little
late,
snippet.
wasn't it? Yeah, but I think he is. He's struggling.
What is it? Is it car? Is it just the fact
Do
that
you know what?
won it
I
4
was
times?
this time actually. I think it's a image. You might have a point. He's won it 4 times in a row now. He's probably not up for it as well.
Yeah.
And I
No,
think-
it'll be a record.
yeah, it would be. It'd be a
So he's
record.
joint
joint-
record holder for
yeah.
4-time wins.
with
Is it Vettel?
Vettel, yeah.
Yeah, so they both should be.
But
Ricardo
Ricardo,
hasn't Schumacher won it more than 4 times?
I think they'll be second, isn't it? They're both joint 4, so they'll be.
yeah. Schumacher's won it 7 times.
Oh, so they're joint
Yeah.
second. Okay,
Yeah.
they're both joint second. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Schumacher was
Schumacher,
the out
yeah.
now. Yeah.
But I think in this race, his car just wasn't quick enough, which is surprising.
There was
And what about Vettel?
Vettel finished, I think, 6th or 7th.
ninth.
he got
I think.
4
I think he was
points.
ninth.
Was it
He
ninth?
was ninth.
Yeah, he was behind, which was surprising as well. And you
And
had,
I think the only reason Hamilton got was it
Fourth,
fourth
because-
position
yeah.
there was a 10-second penalty to
Yeah.
the driver ahead. I
yeah,
don't know what
who
for,
was Patton, I think it is something.
I can anyone
Great
pronounce
patterns.
that name? please?
No. But
But question:
go on.
out of the 3 races or that we've had,
Yeah.
does Hamilton normally win? That is it his favourites?
Hamilton has
Or-
won 5 races in China. He's the
Right,
highest.
so that's one
Yeah.
of his favourites. You would
Yeah,
say.
that's one of his favourites.
Ah.
Even the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Well, last season he finished second.
Yeah.
And this season he finished second again.
No,
So 4th.
Fourth in the
fourth.
Chinese,
and he
one.
only finished 4th because of the
10
10-second
second penalty.
penalty.
I'm saying,
So-
but he had some
No,
sort of
you're
radio
talking
issue.
about China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Malaysian Grand Prix.
All
So
right,
Malaysian
okay.
Grand Prix he finished second last year and he finished second this year. So you
that's
couldn't
on
really
par.
say how he was doing form wise. But China is a big tell, isn't it? That's like
It is.
yeah. So,
And-
But
not-
it's a shame you didn't watch because there was some issue about radio and he was apologising. Something.
No, I didn't.
Anybody out there knows anything about sports? Contact us.
well, I know Showkat's a big Formula One fan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and he's still logged on. So Showkat, do you want to tell us about the controversy with the radio?
Yeah,
in
it
the
was some
Chinese
sort
Grand
of-
Prix.
That's the snippet that I saw.
Yeah. The thing about Formula One is, I don't know, like it's cars going really fast around the track, isn't it?
I never do like
Yeah,
it.
it is.
I don't know. I've never been into it. I've never really been able to get into it.
I think
It's like
you
just
know-
giving you a neck of mass.
I think the last 5 years they have tried to make it interesting. Before that, it was all about speed and power and whoever's got the best, who spent the most money basically on on their vehicles. Now they're trying to bring in a little bit, different ways of trying to win the race, techniques and stuff like this.
It's weird. I mean, it's always had its cult following.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say cult following, but it's got its specific fan base.
But
You've
yeah,
always-
the
you know the
fan
people who are
base
into it, yeah.
is ridiculous. Like at Silverstone, you used to end up getting 150,000 people.
Okay, but the fan base, I mean, aren't they just chasing a bit of glamour? Because it's quite a glamorous event, isn't it? It's lots and lots of money. You got billionaire car owners
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
company owners and so on. And
Yeah,
then you've got the
100%.
pre-parties and the
Yeah,
evening functions and
Yeah.
all that. So that's the only reason
That's
me
what- that's
and Sadat
what-
want to go.
Yeah.
Is because of all of that. But the
The
actual
pre-parties and the
racing, it's like
evenings.
even people who are there watching the races, like, yay, go Hamilton, win,
Whoop, whoop.
go really fast. But I mean, is it an educated crowd? I don't know. I'm not close enough to it, but.
The only time I found it interesting is when it was all that controversial thing about his Germany's cars breaking down Hamilton, and that was a 2-season.
Yeah, yeah.
Rosberg.
That was quite.
Well,
Yeah.
No, it was Hamilton, wasn't it? His
It was
car.
Hamilton was car kept breaking down and his
Yeah.
partners never did. So.
Yeah.
Rosberg's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked it when Hamilton won when the guy he was trying to chase down suspiciously lost 6-7 seconds on the last lap or something. He was going backwards when it finished. Okay, moving on. Let's go on to the.
What else we got?
Um,
Well, it's football, now, isn't it?
it's not football. It's cricket.
Cricket. We've talked about Pakistan squad team. What else we got?
Is that it?
That's all I got. Yeah.
There's nothing going on in the world of
There's
sports.
nothing. IPL's going on. If anyone's watching the IPL,
I think there's we talked about cricket last couple of weeks and the controversy surrounding
Aussies.
the Aussies, and obviously you had Flintoff, who said
since then had come out with a comment, hasn't he?
And he's got a comment, but
basically
it seems to me that there's everything's gone quiet, and
well, they've had their ban now, haven't they? They've had the ban. The manager's resigned.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
I still disagree with the one match ban, the ICS.
Well, that's the cricket law.
Well, that's a cricket law.
And every player has got the one match ban who's been caught of ball tampering. The addition was the Aussies went further and gave him a year.
Yeah.
And hang Warner out to dry.
I think the ban was too lenient.
1 year?
Yeah. No.
So why is Lehman resigned?
He was because he couldn't believe this was all happening under his watch, and he thought that it's about time. That
what did Andrew Flintoff say?
Andrew Flintoff said, like, it's only because they've been caught now. It's not the first time.
No.
What did Andrew Flintoff
Andrew Flintoff says that it beggars belief.
It beggars belief.
Yes.
That only 3 of them knew, and he said,
yes, absolutely, yes. I remember
as
that.
a member of the English team when I used to play, we used to know everything that happened.
So basically,
in
what
the
he's
locker
done
room,
is
you're all talking
he's
about it.
admitted that he knew Michael Atherton was going to scuff the ball with dirt from his pocket.
He didn't say that, but he said.
But now that's what you can imply, right? Because Others has done the same thing.
Yeah, but he's not. That's the thing. That's the whole difference, or the alleged difference between this ball tampering and all the other ball tamperings, shall we say, is that it was just pre-planned. They were actually discussed it, the leadership team, that this is what we're going to do.
Find a bit of sandpaper on the pitch.
Where Afridi wouldn't have discussed, I'm going to bite the ball because I feel a bit hungry. Or Atherton would have said, I've got a bit of dirt in my pocket, I might just use that.
And Afridi doing the moonwalk on the pitch as well.
Yes.
No, but with this one, what Flintoff's saying is that there's, he seems to think there's more than 3 people involved. He thinks the whole team's involved.
He says he can't believe that there's no other one was aware that this was going to happen.
It's a difficult one. You can't say the whole team was involved. What you can say is I highly doubt that only 3 of them knew. And I can't. He's been a little bit careful with his words. He's basically said.
But if you look at it, he was very, very, shall we say, he was, he spoke his mind on that interview, and he didn't, he pulled all his punches. He didn't hold anything back.
Okay.
And. I think he was a little bit upset how the Aussies have actually got away with this. Realistic, only 3 of them have actually got done for this.
Yeah, but
is it because of the Aussies we want to be so harsh? If it was any other team, would we be so harsh?
Yeah, I think it's the Aussies, and I think it's the way the Aussies have been around.
You reap what you sow, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've not made themselves a very likable team. They've not been the best sportsmen.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be punished just because we don't like the team. You punish them for the crime.
True, but you can understand why people are saying what they're saying.
Why everyone's thrown their way in.
You can understand why there's such a lack of sympathy towards the Australian team. Just going back to what Flintoff is implying, and what he's implying is you need to have a proper witch hunt. You need to go into that squad of 11 players plus management, and you need to say, right, we've highlighted 3, but there's maybe 3 or 4 others that were involved as well, and we'll give them bans. But if you do that, then you're decimating the whole Australian national team, which isn't necessarily good for international cricket.
No, and I think when they say that they've done what they thought is the leadership team, that they thought, right, these 3 were the actual main conspirators, and the others may be aware of what was going to happen, but they said, fine, if you're going to do that, you're going to do that. You're the captain, you're the leaders.
Don't you think they're as guilty
for turning a blind eye?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I mean,
I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm thinking if I was in part of that cricket team, may have said it in the dressing room. I don't think it's a good idea, but I wouldn't go out on the pitch and tell the umpire, you know what, he's got a sandpaper in his pocket.
What do you reckon?
Well, I look at it slightly differently. I think they're all guilty.
For not speaking up.
For not speaking up.
When cheating's taking place, they're not speaking up.
Absolutely.
Guilty. So have you ever been on a pitch for AK11 or FCP Vets?
I was just about to ask the same question.
Where one of your players is taking a kick or a swipe or a punch at an opposition player,
different.
and the referee
That's different.
Not even a punch. I was going to ask the question. That is
different.
If you're in a half time saying, you say, look, you know what, we've got give it him hard. You've got to knock him
There is
down,
nothing-
take him out,
there is nothing wrong with
listen,
that.
listen.
Such a lightweight,
This
isn't he?
I have
referee,
done that.
this
There's
referee,
nothing wrong with that, Sadat.
this referee's a bit weak. Go down in the box, and you'll get a penalty.
No. We've never been
Anything
in that
similar?
situation.
No. I'm not just.
So Alan
I'm not FCC
Shearer,
Peterborough, I'm just talking
during
about
an
general.
England game, I think he was in the Euros or the World Cup last minute. I'm sure he said, he goes, at half time, he was just fuming. He goes, we've got nothing out there. Somebody needs to go and kick someone and get a yellow card and get the team up. And viewers text in saying, oh my God, what are you saying? You want them to go out and kick someone and get a yellow card? And he got a lot of stick for it, but he said, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't understand sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't.
Because
that's
you're a bit
different,
flat,
yeah.
and somebody needs to just do, and
Yeah, somebody needs to put a challenge.
Put a challenge in, as they say,
Yeah.
innit? And then get the crowd going and lift the team.
And
Exactly.
sometimes
that's slightly different.
You know, like in sports, in football, I mean, we're talking about football here. Sometimes you have to do that if your team is getting a hide in. You need to put a challenge in where it G's all the rest of the,
No, but what
the fans up.
my scenario was, because you.
We're not talking
normal
about
time-
cheating here. We're talking about generally just, I mean.
No,
we're going
all right.
off
Would you
topic here.
would you say if you know who the referee was or the umpire was, and you know they were a bit dodgy, or if you put them under pressure they'll crack? Would you then purposely go and put them under pressure? Would you not?
No, you wouldn't want the referee.
It's
to
like
crack.
mind games that they do with the managers. They say when they know who the referee's going to match their game, they can say, you know what, this referee should watch
Look,
Hazard because he dives too much, or Klinsmann dives too much.
I'll tell you from my point of view, yeah. Sometimes, look, I mean, both you guys know, and sometimes on the pitch, I am a little bit loud. But if you've realised
Just a
something,
little.
I'm allowed when I know I can get away with it with a referee. I might say something.
No,
to him.
you're allowed every week.
Thank you.
You're allowed every
I'm
week.
glad you said that.
You're allowed in training.
You're definitely not a tactical loud person, Eric.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say,
You're allowed in
you know what, I'll get
training,
away
you're
with
allowed
it.
in matches. You're allowed on the sideline as a sub. You're allowed in the changing rooms. No, I'm not buying that. Sorry.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That's your opinion. I'll give you your
Let's
opinion.
move on. Let's talk about this recent table tennis tournament that took place. A few nights
Which
ago.
one?
Yeah,
That was
poop.
no-
Oh
That
my
was no
God.
table tennis tournament. That
Well, it wasn't really a tournament. There was only two players there, and I was just like, say the two of them are in this room, and one of them was absolutely poor. And again, one of them is in this room.
So we're
I'm
having
not
a few
gonna mention
likes. We're having a
names.
few likes and a few emojis flying on our Facebook. So whoever that is, I'm sure they want to hear about this. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this table tennis tournament.
What was it?
Table
I don't know
tennis.
what you're talking about.
It was a 4-way tournament, wasn't it?
Yes. Arif, myself, Image, and Uncle Ash.
Ashraf, Ashraf, yeah. And,
Bit
and
of a
Arif said
family
he can
affair.
play a bit. Arif said he can play a bit.
Yeah, Arif was very keen.
Yeah.
I'm
He
always
was
keen.
very
I'm
keen
always
to get you
keen,
guys
aren't I?
get that table on.
Do you know
To be
what?
honest, he
I
was-
hadn't played table tennis for.
The keener he was to start it seemed like the keener he was to finish it. He was going so
He
fast.
was going so fast.
I like playing.
How many serves did he go straight to the net?
I think I lost.
Then
my
you
games.
started. Then he got his tape measure out to measure the net and said, "No, this is a bit too high."
But no, the funniest thing was when you two were playing, and every time, win, lose or draw, after every point, you just laugh. You're like- it's like, why are you laughing? He's just funny. He's just funny.
That was a great night.
That was good.
No, it was good night. It was good night.
I thought it
Good
was
little
good.
bit of laugh that
And,
night.
yeah, but I can't believe how fast you played though. It's just like, let's get the ball. Let's go. Let's get the ball. Let's go.
And then it was like, you try to stop the ball because obviously we're playing indoors in your living room, and the guy in the carpet, and the ball goes underneath the sofa. So you try to stop it with the bat because he's hit it miles away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's touched your bat. I'm on that point. I
No,
just
that was
couldn't
you were
believe
deliberately.
that.
You were deliberately trying to cheat there. So that is what you call cheating.
No, that's not cheating.
I think there is a rule. I'm not sure.
No, there is a rule, but
So if the ball hits your bat, but it's beyond,
you can't avoid it.
but it's beyond the length of the table, then it's your point.
Oh, I didn't know about the beyond.
I'm not really.
I did play by the
No,
rule.
because if the ball hits your bat on a volley, you can't be your point because then you'll stand at the net and
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if you look at the professionals, we're
Yeah.
not talking about Sadat here or
course.
Imtiaz
Yeah, of
Ali.
course,
We're
yeah.
talking about.
Arif Aziz.
But they, if you look at it, they're probably about 2 or 3 foot away from the table when they're actually hitting the ball back.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about a drop
So-
shot?
So what if the ball doesn't quite make the table? It goes long from the table, and the professional who's standing a couple of feet back from the table uses his bat to catch the ball.
Then
would lose the point.
Yeah, I think that he'd lose the point.
Maybe in a professional match, but I just think in a living room where there's carpets and the ball's going over the player, I think you can let it slide.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
That was worse than the Ash not calling the pocket for the black ball.
And again, I mean, there's so many different variations of the rules, isn't there? In terms of pool, we've always played call a pocket, but I think professional. I think it's called English pool, isn't it? Professional English pool, you probably don't have to call the pocket.
No. Well, I would have won that game then, wouldn't I? I mean, you know.
How would
Which
you
game?
win the game?
Which game?
The one that Sadat,
you didn't even get a point.
The one that I potted the black and Sadat apparently.
Yes, yeah. That was all Ash's fault.
Yeah, instead of 2-0, it would have been 2-1.
Ash is a typical.
I'm sorry, but let's start again. It would instead of 2-0, it would have been 2-1.
No. How would it have been 2-1? Explain that to me.
Because you lost the game 2-0.
No, we won. It would have been 1-0 then, wouldn't it?
No, you'd have lost 2-1 because you would have lost the second game.
Oh no, we just need to get it on again. That's what we need to do. And the other thing we need to do is we need to go wrestling. We didn't go wrestling. Do you remember we talked about wrestling?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Whenever you're ready.
We're heading into the break, but just to remind our listeners that there is a Qawwali show that's going to be taking place on Sunday the 29th of April. It's a tribute to Ustad Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, so if you want any tickets, contact Kasim on 07722 55 8884. We're just going into the break now, so inshallah join us again after the break where we'll be talking football. See you guys soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Hush, little baby, pure and small. He created you, he created us all. Hush, little baby, don't you fear. We're never alone when Allah's so near. Hush, little baby, breathing so calm. He'll protect us all and keep us from harm. Hush, little baby, still and serene. You are a Muslim, Islam's your deen. Hush, little baby, pure and small. He created you, he created us all. Hush, little baby, don't you fear. We're never alone when Allah's so near. Hush, little baby, breathing so calm. He'll protect us all and keep us from harm. Hush, little baby, still and serene. You are a Muslim, Islam's your deen. I used to live a life alone, living it just for me, and I had no idea this life would judge my eternity. I look at myself and I wondered who created me. I had to open my heart and open my mind and open my eyes to see. Open my eyes and see the existence of what's surrounding me. It's more than just chance, it's more than just coincidence. You look around and see the earth, the moon, the sun and the sky, a beautiful creation of Allah. So how could you deny? How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. How can you deny the oneness of Allah? Allahu Akbar. Lift your head and look up above, and you see it so clearly. The stars that glitter all around, the birds that fly over me. I see the rain fall from the sky and see a seed become a tree. Lift the veil from your heart, worship Allah and you'll succeed. You surely will succeed. Open my eyes and see the existence of what's surrounding me. It's more than just chance.
If you want to learn about Islam and Muslims, stay tuned to Salaam Radio 106.2 FM.
Does it now, does it?
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salaam Sports here on Salaam Radio. Don't do that. I'm just about to go live on air and then you start saying something. I'm going to pay attention and I completely lose my rhythm and my flow. Let me try that again. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salaam Sports here on Salaam Radio 106.2 FM and live Inspire FM 105.1. Thank you so much for joining us again. Just before we went to the break, we mentioned the Qawwali Show, which is a tribute to Ustad Nusrat Ali Khan, which will be at the Gladstone Park Community Centre on Boys Boulevard, Sunday the 29th of April. Doors open at 6 p.m. and tickets are only £10. If you'd like a ticket, contact Kasim on 07722 55 8884. If you like that kind of thing, then do get in touch with Kasim and get your tickets. I'm sure it's going to be a very well attended event. I'm not really into my Qawwalis. I kind of like them.
Yeah, I think we're going down. There's going to be quite a few of us.
Yeah? How many tickets have you got? You're selling tickets as well, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not selling. I've just got some tickets for my friends and stuff. So I've got about 10 tickets.
Yeah, well, you guys should definitely check it out. It's can we talk about the sponsors who sponsored this event?
Go on.
This event was sponsored by Mirage Wedding, Ibrahimi Restaurant, EB Motors, 360 Accounts, and Accident Injury Claims. There you go. Let's get on to the football. So, what's the latest with Arsenal? Arsenal were 2-1 down against Newcastle. What happened?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
oh,
they were 1-0 up.
I think that's what it was.
It's a pointless game for Arsenal,
And
isn't
then
it?
Ayoze Perez scored. I like saying that name.
Ayoze Perez.
Yeah. He's actually a very good player.
It's 2-1 final score, by the way.
Final score 2-1. And did we get a comment from one of our listeners saying something about Arsenal? Abbas Ali, what did Abbas Ali say?
No, Abbas Ali just put down a Facebook post saying basically Arsenal have got Ozil, Man City have got Jesus, and Liverpool have got the power of Salah.
Of course we have, yeah.
I did like there was on social media commenters saying they thought they had a saviour in Jesus obviously, and they were but along came Mohammed.
And there was something on Twitter as well. Somebody had a go at Gary Lineker saying his name is Muhammad. His name is Muhammad. Stop calling him Mo. It's disrespectful. In fact, Muhammad is way more elegant. And then he replies and he goes, at Mo Salah 22, he likes to call himself Mo, so I'm perfectly happy with that.
You have the racer Mo, our brother Mo
Farah.
Yeah.
Mo Farah, Mo Salah. Look at this. Yeah. We're dominating. But you're right. Arsenal, it's a bit of a nothing game. They're not going to make the Champions League through the league. Their only choice is the Europa League. And how did they get on in the Europa League in midweek?
They won, didn't they? Well, they drew 2-2.
Yeah, they're from 2-0 down.
Yeah. And
it seemed like a theme this week with the Champions League. The teams that you thought would probably qualify, walk its way through qualifications, especially because of the lead, because of the first leg. Yeah. It sort of like said, well, no, the other teams just came out and they said, well, wow.
So it's been a pretty open, quarterfinals, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean the biggest shock would have been the Juventus Barcelona if Juventus had managed to turn it around, and they were minutes away from at least extra time to possibly do that. Which, if you'd said before the game, you'd say, well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and 3-0 that up was away though, wasn't it? Also at Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it was like you're thinking, no, they've missed their chance. They've messed it all up at home by losing to Real Madrid 3-0 in the first place, and then the draw I think is
4-1. Wasn't it 4-1?
3-1.
No, it's 3-0 because it was going to go to extra time.
Of course, it was 3-0.
So it has to be the same. So it was 3-0, and the draw in itself. I assume
Right,
as
look, what
Liverpool
are the
fans.
last four in the Europa League though? First, we'll kind of jump from Europa League.
Oh,
to
right,
Champions
yep.
League. I know everyone's talking about Champions League, but
Yep.
Europa League is important for Arsenal.
I think you got.
Yes.
and they want to win it.
Agreed.
So they've got Salzburg,
Yeah,
Atletico.
Arsenal got Atletico
Arsenal,
in the draw, didn't they?
Yeah, and then who are Salzburg playing? Who's Marseille?
Marseille.
And
So this
Marseille,
could
Marseille are a good team as well. It's not
Yeah,
like,
but would you think this could be Arsenal's final in the sense if they get through this, you expect them to win?
yeah,
I think
so.
Atletico are gonna be pretty. I think tough opposition. If they beat
So
them,
Atletico are second in La Liga right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
You know,
And
they're
they've
doing
got-
better than Real Madrid in the league.
And they've got Costa. They've
Yep.
got.
So in
Torres.
that way, you've got a better chance of winning the Champions League than you have of winning the Europa League because you've got a stronger team in Atletico in the
Yeah.
Europa League.
No, it doesn't always work like that. It's like saying, "Oh, I'll beat one team and that team's beating the other team, so we're better than the other team." It doesn't.
Yeah, but league
Quite,
position
it's not-
indicates how well you've done over a season, rather
Yeah, in
than
that league. But then
one-off
again, there's
games.
always teams who play better in the cup games than they do in the league games, and it's the momentum that gets them
Atletico
through.
Madrid. I think they were in the Champions League, but they obviously got knocked out early. So
They must have been in a tough group to finish
Yeah.
third.
Yeah,
So you think then winner of Arsenal and Atletico are going to go on to win the trophy?
I think that odds-on favourite.
Yeah.
It'll be a shock if the winners of those two
I'm not
don't
sure.
win the
I
final.
think Arsenal got this thing about them. They have got this self-destruct button about themselves. They don't perform. They don't perform as well as they should be in this not in the position they were. They were 4-1 up, supposed to close the game down, and they went 2-0 down. In the second leg.
Yeah, I mean, is it just a case of us remembering the Arsenal from maybe 7, 8, 10, 12, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I think
The
probably
Arsenal
it is.
that used to be a very,
Defensively.
very...
Well, only 4 maybe years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, you would have said Arsenal top 4 all the time.
Well, before last year, you'd have said that.
Well,
Because they
there
were
you go
top
then.
4 every single
Time.
year up until
Yeah.
last season, yeah.
Yeah, but they were struggling, weren't they? They were saying, "Oh, they're not going to make it this year. They're not going to make it this year." But before they're
They always
comfortable,
managed
they
to do
were
it, yeah.
comfortable in the top 4. Yeah, and they've managed to do it in the last couple of seasons by probably the
By
last few
hook or by
games.
crook,
Yeah, or
And
by
defensively,
poisoning the
they're a
opposition's
bit weak
food.
now, aren't they?
Defensive, yeah, a little bit. I mean, they've got Koscielny, Mustafi, who, it depends what kind of mood they're in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, if there's any Arsenal fans out there who's listening or watching, you win the Europa League. They've been shouting out, or the majority of the Arsenal fans have been shouting out, Wenger gets out, should be gone.
Wenger
Yeah.
out, Wenger out,
Wenger
yeah.
out. So, does winning the Europa League save Wenger?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Will
You're
those
not gonna-
fans turn?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you're not going to
yeah, I think
sack
that's what's
Wenger
gonna
if you
happen.
Well, you
just
can
won
sack
European
him, but you
trophy.
can sack a manager after winning the Premier League. Why can't you sack him after winning Europa?
Well, sacking a manager after winning the Premier League is just stupidity.
It's been done.
Yeah, it is stupidity. Did it work? Did it work? I mean, if you look at, they were talking about Manuel Pellegrini versus Pep Guardiola, and they're talking about the amount of money spent and the performances in the different cup competitions. Now, Pellegrino won the league and FA Cup double with a total spend of 260 odd million. And Guardiola's gone, he's up to about 480 million, and he's going to win the league and the Carabao Cup for a double. He's out the FA Cup and he's out the Champions League. So, and Pep Guardiola is supposed to be this, like godlike, manager of all managers, the best person ever to come along. But realistically, he's had limitless. I mean, who spends 50, 60
but
million
again,
pounds?
it's affected. The style of play is saying he's a better manager because of the way City are playing, the way they're going about
So
it.
there's no question
So
about it.
it's-
Man City do have the identity.
Yeah,
We'll
so
give
it's
them
the
that.
opposite as, like, for example, United. They're doing so well. Other than City, obviously, they're the second in the league. They're still in the FA Cup, but still won't get as much praises because of the style they play.
Yeah.
Liverpool scoring so many goals, but yet they're only third in the league. Well, and possibly could go down.
I think with Liverpool,
and don't have much of a goal difference advantage, even though scoring so many because they're leaking so many.
I think the big difference with Liverpool is Van Dijk came in January. I think that's made a difference. If you look at their results before January and after January,
I think there's only one difference, and that's Mohamed Salah. That is it.
not
Yeah,
necessarily. No, I
he's-
disagree with you. That I think he's made a.
Well, kind of drifting away. The point I
Yeah.
was making was about how Guardiola and this Man City side were
Spent-
touted as
Yep.
the greatest Premier League side ever.
I think
And now,
Yeah.
okay, they're going to win the league. Yeah, fair enough. They beat Tottenham away. Fair enough. That's good. We'll give them that. But the greatest Premier League side ever? Seriously?
No, I disagree. No,
Like,
I
how you can't make that kind of judgment
You
while
can't.
the team's in the process
Yeah.
of achieving.
And you can't make that judgment on the basis of 8 months in the Premiership, this season. I mean,
so
United.
Go on, sorry, finish it off. You're just
Well.
going into United. Go on.
Well, the who is it's obvious the who is. It's either the United treble-winning side of
That's what I was
99
gonna say, yeah.
or the Invincibles of Arsenal 01. That's it.
Yeah, but the Invincible Arsenal 01 only won the Premier League, didn't they? Not.
Yeah, they did win the Premier League.
Yeah, that was
We're
it.
talking about the greatest Premier League side of all time.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take that then.
Yeah,
But the thing is, the greatest team or
But
British
the-
team,
the
I would say, is
teams like
99
Arsenal and
that won
United,
3
yeah.
cups, 3 major
then
big cups.
if you want to talk about a British team, you can go 84 European champions. Liverpool, we won back-to-back European Cups.
Yeah.
Just one
And
cup.
so did
in seasons.
Forest as
No
well.
one,
didn't
no one had done the treble until United in one season.
Oh, so
Liverpool have
no,
done
if you
one
want
season.
If you want
One
just
season.
for us to pause the
One
show
season.
and you talk about United, we can do that.
One season.
Do you wanna talk about United?
99.
Go on, talk about United.
99.
they? What do you want to talk about?
So,
It's
our
like
listeners
the
are going to have to
flake.
bear with us.
It's like the
We're
flake
having-
99.
We're having a
You
serious
can't get away
discussion.
from it.
And Sadat just wants to talk about Manchester United. Go on, Sadat.
What do you want to say to that?
I just need to say that. It's 99, that's all.
We're having a civilized conversation.
Remember the
here.
serious conversation? He's like,
Yeah.
9. What are we even talking about? Do we know what we're talking about?
Right,
So
so City, let's we all three agree City is not the greatest
Yeah,
Premiership
they've been
of
a
all
little
time.
bit found
Yeah,
out.
I think you in the next 3 years, if they win the title, next 3 or 4 years running, with the type of football they're playing, and with this amount of difference in points, then you could probably have a case for them.
So have City gone past the quarterfinal stages ever in the Champions League?
No,
Because they
they
struggled against
haven't.
Spurs.
I don't think they have.
They
I
haven't.
don't think they have.
And this is something that they
They've been their
mentioned.
first semi-final.
Yeah, so this is something that some of the commentators mentioned midweek was Liverpool have got that caliber in Europe. Now I know we've not done too well over the last 8-10 years. I know we had that freak win in 2005, but it's in our history.
Yeah.
It's
It's in our blood.
United. It's in our history.
Yeah.
And you have the famous nights at Anfield and all this kind of stuff. Man City haven't built that history, and a few of the commentators were saying, look, they've got to the quarterfinals, they've developed a bit of history.
Yeah.
They get to the semi-finals next year. That's that's progress, and it's only once they do that 2-3, and you've got to fall a few times before you actually.
Absolutely.
It's very
But
rare.
I mean, in the last few games, does it show that City doesn't have the bottle, or they do break down because they could have created history by beating United and winning the Premiership there?
Yes.
Okay, your rivals. They could have made history by getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and they've messed it up.
They did
No.
mess it up, yeah.
Mm.
They messed
Okay,
up
we
in the
had-
first leg, but
Yeah, in the
they messed
first
up,
leg,
yeah.
over the 2 legs. Yeah, in the first leg. Okay, they gave it a go in the second leg. Decision didn't go their way, but I still think that had they got allowed that second goal, Liverpool would have got a goal.
But
away
that's
goal.
hearsay now, isn't it? It's a different story. I think they have sort of bottled it. They've definitely bottled it a little bit. And teams like Liverpool and Manchester United are the top 2 teams. So they've given them a good run for their money, haven't they?
So Liverpool now to win it. Best draw they could have had. Best draw they would have dreamt for, innit? Avoid Real Madrid, avoid Bayern Munich.
Sadat, I'll be honest with
Juventus
you.
now.
To me, it didn't make any difference. to
It's
me.
pointless saying,
Yeah.
they're going to win it and they end up losing, and then you just get people laughing at you.
No,
Or saying,
it's not
or
like
saying,
that.
no, they're not going to win it, and then they're
It's
gonna
not
get-
to set you up or any
Yeah,
way.
of course,
That
yeah.
way. It's just a matter of
Okay.
out of the 3 teams, because you always
I
do that
can't-
when the draw.
I can't believe the bookies have got Liverpool as favourites.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's got something to do with the fact that we've got the easiest semi-final draw.
Yes.
But then you could argue the same. Roma didn't want Bayern or Real, and Liverpool didn't want Bayern or Real, and Bayern and Real didn't want each other.
So they won that in the final, didn't they?
So now, before the draw, if you thought, you know what, we can get past Roma, but we'd struggle against either of the other 2, then you'd want Roma. We've got Roma, so that's for us, like you say, the best draw that we could have possibly hoped
Yeah,
for.
and
but
plus-
it's also the best draw that Roma could have possibly hoped for.
Probably, yeah. I'll go with that.
In fact,
yeah,
Roma's
'cause
got the better draw
so
because
the
Roma's
top
playing
2 are playing
away
each other,
first.
and the bottom 2 are playing each other.
Yeah,
In this
that's fair.
essence,
That is
yeah,
fair, absolutely. And in
But
the final,
Liverpool, over the 2 legs, you would expect them to get through Roma.
I
Roma
would-
would be favourites to get through to Roma.
Can we actually talk about the actual Man City game as
sorry.
opposed to going in and talking about.
Go on.
Oh, you want to relive
Yeah.
the Man City
I
game?
mean,
Yeah, I understand.
Over 2 legs. We haven't discussed how they played and the fact that
We
Well,
talked
we
about the
discussed
first
first
leg,
leg.
yeah.
Yeah. So
We
let's
talked
go
about
with the
first-
second leg. Go on, Arif.
So
All
second
yours.
leg, and you know what?
Go on,
You've
Sadat
got,
then.
no,
It's all
no.
yours.
Go on, Sadat. You brought it up
Yeah.
thinking, let's just wax lyrical about Liverpool.
No, I'm
Sadat's
not.
got plenty to say about that second leg. He's got plenty to say about that second leg. He's got poor
what is-
refereeing decisions. He's got missed chances. He's got the luck of the, he's like,
City, listen, there was no difference, I would say, between the first half United City, then City and Liverpool. City, at City Liverpool because it was at City Ground. City had loads of chances. The only difference was City had a second goal, a legit second goal that should have counted. And the
I'm not sure
officials,
about that.
All the officials missed it. So you got the goal line official, the main referee, and the linesman or the referee assistant, as they say.
So are you trying to say this is Liverpool's year?
No.
no, what he's saying is somebody cheated to get Liverpool into this.
Okay.
Yeah, the only difference between Liverpool and Australia was Australia was pre-planned.
There's also a rumor that it wasn't a rumor. Apparently, Roma had already put the draw and the team that they were going to play and the tickets.
So Roma was selling tickets
Yeah.
for was it Liverpool versus Roma, the away
Yeah.
leg, before the draw was turned.
Yeah, before the draw was done.
Wow.
And it was. I mean, people are always also saying about how there was 3 Spanish teams in the quarterfinals and none of them met each other, and
Yeah.
yet there was only 2 English
You
teams
always
that
get
met
these
each
sort
other.
of things, don't you?
Those kinds of things. And you get the luck of the draw and so on.
But anyway, sorry, because
Yeah,
he wanted to talk about
it
the
was-
City and
it
Liverpool
was-
game.
I think we're finished now.
Perfect.
Can I
Okay.
ask that question?
It was for me. It
Was
was
that a goal?
Perfectly legit goal.
Go, fine. Arif?
Look,
Yes or
it
no?
does not make any difference now.
Does not. So answer the question.
Yes,
It
just
doesn't-
ask the question.
yeah.
it
Yes or
was.
no?
For me, that was not a goal.
Why?
Why?
Why was it not a goal?
Because as far as I'm concerned, the first
Oh, yeah,
Was
no,
it?
no, he's right. He's right. You know what? For me, it wasn't a goal either. Ask me why.
Why?
Because the referee didn't give it.
Give it, yeah.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough. It is what it is.
No, but,
I think if they'd have got that second goal,
Yeah,
it would
it
have
would've
been
been
a
a
very
different story.
different
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
But having said that, they were 2-0 up against United
Exactly.
and they lost 3-2. So you don't know. It's like going back to what you said about their bottle. Do they have it when it counts?
Yeah.
And it's fine now. They can go away and lick their wounds and cry about the decisions that went against them. And they're almost like the self-pity nature of Man City is kind of coming out, and it's fine.
The question is, though, out of that game as well, they went in at half-time 1-0 up.
Yes.
Yes. Why did he change the formation when they were playing so well?
What did he do with the formation?
He went from the back 4. It was from 3 to back 4.
I've no idea.
Why would you do that? He's doing
think-
so well.
Well, he was
And that gave more space to the midfield Liverpool.
Yeah.
And
And that
got the
ultimately that
eventual
was the
goal.
difference, wasn't
that
it?
was
At
the
the end?
difference. They got
Yeah.
the more space. Where the
The
first
thing
half,
is,
it was all over
you've
City.
got Salah, Mane, Firmino. You've got to get them on the ball. And they've got to be in and around each other. Now, if you're stifling the midfield, you're not going to get any kind of decent service to the front 3.
Yeah, which
and they
first
were
half-
just getting picked off, and that's why I was in the first half. So I didn't see the game live at the time. I was driving, so I was listening to it on the radio. But I saw the highlights, and you're absolutely right. Second half, it was a completely different story in terms of...
And it's the old
Yeah, as
saying,
in,
if it's not broken, why try to fix it?
We didn't just beat them 2-1. We actually dominated them in the second half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liverpool could have had a couple of more
They
goals.
didn't have a chance.
But
in
the thing
second
is,
half.
when the first goal went in, the
Yeah,
heads
that- it
just
was different.
went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, City's head went.
Yeah.
They realised that, even if the glimmer of hope that they did have is now completely gone, and they weren't sure what to do. Do they sit back and just accept a draw and not lose it, or go forward and try and get those 4 or 5 goals?
Sitting
Well,
back and accepting
yeah.
is just stupidity.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but I just think it went through their heads. They weren't sure what they were doing. The manager being sent off didn't help them.
But given how good they are, and we've seen them tear teams apart, you don't get that good without the mentality. You know what? We can score 4 goals in a half. So even when it went 1-1, they must have had players on the pitch, players on the bench, who must have been thinking, "We have got it in us."
Of
to
course,
score 4.
yeah.
De Bruyne, Salah, Sane, Jesus, like these guys. They do this for they do this week in week out.
You see, when, for example, even in our level game football, when a goal gets conceded, you'll get 1 or 2 players, or you'll, if not majority of the players,
Come on,
lads,
lads."
come on.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see any of that from City.
Yeah.
As soon as that goal went in, it was like, okay.
So
that's
so
it.
do you think they've got
Heads are down.
no like leaders? No specific leader who can.
Oh, Vincent Kompany, isn't it? But he's kind of
Vincent Kompany didn't start though, did he?
Yeah, he's not even their
Yeah.
first choice. He's not even
Yeah.
their
No.
first choice centre back now.
Yeah.
So if he's not starting, who do you look to? Fernandinho is a bit quiet. He doesn't seem like the kind of
Yeah.
guy who will get them going. De Bruyne could be, but I don't know. Again, he's just
Are great on the ball and everything,
Yeah.
but as a leadership, I think they
you
are
know,
lacking.
The flip side, Man City got beat by Liverpool over 2 legs. Barca got beat by Roma.
Yeah,
over
we haven't
2
even-
legs.
Yeah, wow.
And they were 4-1 up, and there was a late goal by Roma in Barcelona to
Get that away goal.
That away goal, yeah.
And that was so crucial.
It ended up being the crucial goal, didn't
Yeah.
it? Because, but who'd have thought?
Did you watch any of that game? Sorry.
So I saw the highlights again. Yeah.
Okay, because after I was watching the first half City Liverpool and then the second half because that was getting interesting. I switched over and was watching the Barcelona game. And they were actually playing long ball game Barcelona. I never thought I'd ever
Yeah, I
see this.
heard that Barcelona.
No,
15, 20 minutes to go. You think
they're 3-0 down though.
15, 20 minutes to
They
go.
were 3-0 down.
15, 20 minutes to go. You think
Yeah.
you'll play your tick-a-tack football and
So
get
they
on there.
stuck to their tick-a-tack throughout, didn't they?
Well, I don't
Did
know
they-
how they went because I didn't see highlights.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
how they were to start. But you're saying the point I'm making. They had enough time
Yeah.
to get one goal.
Apparently, Messi got criticised in that game, didn't he? For his
I think he's
performance.
just up there. If you do so well, you expect it from him. And then if he has a bad game, he will get
Yeah,
smashed.
That's the reputation he's got for himself.
But the
isn't
thing is, he hasn't been smashed previously. He was smashed in that game. I think it was a little bit unfair. He probably did have a poor game.
But just going back to that long ball thing, I've seen games where Barcelona are either drawing or losing, and it's 91. In fact, PSG last season, yeah,
Yep.
90 odd minutes gone. They needed 2 goals. There was 5 minutes of injury time or something. They needed 2 goals, and they were still pass, get
Yeah.
the right ball in, and they weren't doing the long ball. So it is interesting.
They
It
just
is
had a
interesting.
very bad game, a bad day in the office. That's
Yeah.
great
Bad day
saying
in
in
the office,
the
yeah. Great saying on Salaam Sports ever. And then who were the other 2 semi-finals? So Real in the end. I mean, Michael Oliver.
Was that a penalty?
Michael Oliver.
Did anyone see
It
that?
was clearly a penalty.
Right, okay, I
There was
didn't-
no
I'm not-
two ways
I
about
am
it.
not sure about that.
Oh,
Hamish.
come on.
Oh, listen, I'm not going with you. No, you don't even know if it was offside or not. So I'll take it.
No,
It was a
I
penalty.
think that was a little bit harsh.
It was a clip.
The sending off was harsh. I hear.
It was a clipped cross into the back post,
Yeah.
and then the striker headed it back across, and the other striker's coming in. The ball bounces up. He takes it on his chest, running towards goal, and the guy from behind him puts a forearm into his back and wraps his leg around him and trying to hook the ball away. He probably should have just let him have a go against Buffon because Buffon was coming forward and he would have probably smothered it. So Buffon got obviously 93rd minute penalty when you're going to extra time and penalties in a game that you had no right to get
Got a
back
bit
into.
heated.
He got very, very heated, and I think part of that anger was to his defender for making that
But
stupid
took it out.
rash.
But took it all out on the ref. And the ref, I mean, he doesn't have to take sentiments into account. If he's going to be against the laws and rules, he sends him
Love
off.
Love it. As much as I respect Buffon, he's been chatting non-stop garbage over the last week, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So have you heard what he's been saying?
Yeah.
So he's been coming out.
He's got no heart.
Heart of a rubbish.
He's got no heart. He's got garbage in there.
Yeah,
and
something like
he
that,
needs to be
that's
sat in the stands eating crisps and like, all this kind of stuff. And he goes, the referee needs to understand what this means, what the occasion is. My final Champions League. Oh, come on, you.
It doesn't make any
crying
difference.
prima donna, like cry me a river. Like, what is he talking about? It's not about you. It's
Listen, I can
Juve.
understand why he did what happened, his frustration and everything.
You can understand why Buffon responded. He
Yeah,
did.
the way he did.
So us as a public will understand that.
Yeah.
But Buffon's had 4, 5, 6 days to get over it.
Yeah,
he needs to
now it's even
calm his
getting
emotions
silly.
down.
Yeah.
And say, look, I made a mistake. I overreacted, but the emotions got the better of me.
Yeah.
Instead, he's saying, no, I was correct.
I stand by it.
And the referee shouldn't have given a penalty because it was my last game in the Champions League.
Yeah, it's not
I think
fair.
it's
not fair, my kid
you've
was
got a
watching on
point. I
stand.
think
Yeah, my
coming
kids are
coming back from 3-0 down and to give away a softish penalty in the last minute and to get knocked out in that,
It's a kick in the gut.
Yeah, it's
There's no two ways
absolutely
about
kick.
it.
Okay, one last question before we go, because we've got to go into the Premier League, I think. We haven't touched that, have we? So, do you think Liverpool will win it this season?
Do I think Liverpool will win what?
Well, they ain't going to
The
win
league?
the Premier League, bruv.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about the Champions League.
Champions
I
League.
don't think they will, no. I don't.
No.
No, I think they've got a
Final?
good chance, but I don't think they'll
I
win.
I think they get to the final. It's a one-off game.
I think they'll get to the final, and I think they'll lose to either Real or Bayern, whoever get through.
Right.
Bayern will probably actually destroy us. They'll dismantle us. They'll take us apart. Bayern are such a good team. They're so underrated. They've stayed
So it'll
under the
be
radar.
Klopp's record again, get to a final and lose.
Yeah, and but that's
Arif?
not because of Klopp, just because
No,
Bayern are a bad
I
team,
know.
yeah.
It will be put as, not
as-
because of Klopp, but
Yeah.
it will be go
as
down as that.
a neutral, I'll go for a Liverpool win.
Yeah, because clearly you're a neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You,
can see
what
that.
top are you wearing today? Yeah, that's a very neutral looking top.
Yeah. Man United top.
Premier League.
Premier League, what's
So-
going on? Right, so Chelsea. Did anyone watch Southampton Chelsea game?
I did.
Yes.
Another thriller. With
Yeah.
2-0 up Southampton, and Chelsea came back. 3-2.
Giroud.
Giroud got 2 goals, 2 good
And
goals.
I feel bad for him because he's always done the job.
He's
for
a good
Arsenal,
player,
for
he is.
Chelsea, yeah.
But he's been labelled as the super sub, isn't he?
That's because he's got the second most goals off the,
Of
sub
the bench, yeah.
in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised when I saw that list, because I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be first, second, or at least third, but I think he's about 6 or 7.
Well, Solskjaer was good enough to start a lot of games. And it's
Yeah,
just
fair enough.
when you turn to Solskjaer, he'd come on and deliver, but he'd start a lot of games. Giroud just seems like the perennial substitute. That's what
Yeah.
it is, yeah. So it's a bit.
But I think Alonso should have got sent off, shouldn't he?
Oh,
Yes.
that was disgusting.
Disgusting challenge, yes.
So
That was
if
seriously
you
bad.
it makes it I mean these
Another
sort of
bad
decisions.
referee.
He will, by
decision.
the way. He will.
It's
'Cause they'll
yes,
the
take
referee didn't see it, yeah.
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 What about City? Excellent comeback win.
Very
to,
good.
City,
after losing
yeah,
3 in a trot.
after losing 3-0 on trot. So if United don't win today, I believe.
If United lose
is
today,
it?
yeah.
Okay, if United lose today,
Yeah.
City are
champions,
champions.
yeah.
Okay. Leicester lost to Burnley. Liverpool, we all know, won 3-0.
Did we?
Burnley,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Burnley.
Yeah, the ball.
Burnley. Excellent. Burnley 6th or 7th this season.
Yeah,
Absolutely
6th,
smashing
yeah,
it.
fantastic.
Such a good team. Such a good season. Liverpool were dominant. They could have had about 8.
Yeah.
So that was pretty straightforward.
Crystal
And
Palace, I've not got that written down. They beat Brighton 3-2 with
They
another
did.
5-goal thriller. And it
So
was Zaha
Zaha-
knitted twice. Yeah.
Zaha
And
is-
that game could have actually gone either way. They missed a couple of sitters at the end as well. Huddersfield.
Oh, that was Huddersfield Watford, wasn't it? And Tom Ince scored in the 91st minute.
So I was quite surprised. You know what, Southampton, I've always liked them, but I've got a feeling they're going down.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about this next week. Thank you both for your insights today, and thank you to all of our listeners and our viewers and our comments. Inshallah, we will see you next week. Assalamu alaikum.
Islam.